the not-too-distant future, the mechanical botanist Beatrix Bury has discovered a way to create plant life from machines. The urgency of a threatened planet compels this scientist to assign her two finest teams of mecha-botanists to develop her new plan. Each team is engrossed in its mission, and Beatrix's laboratory becomes a battlefield of fierce competition to produce the best-performing machine. You have been promoted to lead one of these two teams, and must now rise to the challenge. So, like we do every day here at Great Oaks, we're going to teach you how to play. To set up the game, place the game board in the center of the table. This is known as the registry. Have each player collect their source tile, which you can identify by its unique artwork. Shuffle the rest of the tiles and place them in 2 or more stacks near the board. Draw 5 random tiles from the stacks and place them face up in the central area of the board, like so. Then, designate a first player in any way you see fit, and place the mecha pawn on that player's side near the board. Now that everything is set up, we can start the game. The game begins with the mecha player, being the player with the mecha pawn, drawing 3 random tiles and placing them near the board like so. This area is known as the arrival zone. Starting with the mecha player, each player will take turns taking 1 tile from the arrival zone and placing it into the registry. Then, you'll slide the mecha pawn to the other player, and they will begin their turn by refilling the arrival zone. When you add a tile to the registry, you will either place the tile on your side of the registry or onto one of the central piles. If you choose to place a tile on your side of the registry, there are only 2 rules you must follow. The space must be empty, and the tile you place must have a link to the tile in the center above it. So, what is a link? A link is a match in color, type, or both. For example, this is legal because these 2 tiles are linked by color. And this is legal because these 2 tiles are linked by type. This tile couldn't be placed here because it has no link with the center tile. If you choose to place a tile on the center pile instead, you're free to place it onto whichever pile you wish. When you've done that, any tiles connected to it on either side of the registry that no longer have a link with that tile will be released. When tiles are released from the registry, they are added to your personal machine. Remember that personal source tile from earlier? This is your central hub from which your machine will grow. When you place a tile into your machine, you must follow 3 rules. 1. The new tile must share a side with a previously placed tile. 2. The edges of the tiles must match. So, pipe edges may only be connected to other pipe edges, and edges without pipes can only be adjacent to edges without pipes. And 3. Your machine's pipe network can never be completely closed. In the very rare case that there is no way to place the tile, just remove it from the game. Otherwise, it's mandatory. These tiles are mecha-botanists. When a mecha-botanist tile is released on your side of the board, you must immediately perform a swap with any tile in the central row. You must then place the tile you swapped for into your machine, following the normal placement rules. A few notes about this, by the way. This only ever happens when the tile is released from the registry, never when it's placed into the arrival zone. A newly swapped mecha-botanist can cause tiles on either side of the registry to be released as well. Those are placed immediately like usual. You cannot swap a mecha-botanist for another mecha-botanist. And if you ever cause a mecha-botanist tile to be released on your opponent's side of the registry, You must resolve the rest of your turn before they're allowed to perform their swap. The game ends when the last tile has been taken and placed. Finish the round normally and proceed to scoring your machines. First, any tiles that aren't connected to the source by pipe are removed from the machine. Score 1 victory point for each tile in a group of at least 3 adjacent tiles of the same color. And score 1 victory point for each flower depicted on your tiles. However, flowers on a plant or vegetable tile can only be scored if they're connected directly to another tile of the same color by pipe. For example, first you would remove these 4 tiles because they're not connected to the source by pipe. Remember, it's always legal to place tiles like this as long as the edges match. They just fall off the machine if they aren't connected by the end of the game. You would then score 4 points for this yellow group and 3 points for this green group. The blue group doesn't score because it's too small. Only groups of 3 or more score points. You also score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points for flowers. Notice how the flowers on this plant tile score because it's directly connected to a tile of the same color by pipe. And the flowers on this one don't because it's not directly connected to another green tile. At this point, the player with the most points is declared the winner. And that's how you play Botanik. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. We would love to hear from you. What's your favorite tile placement game? Post your answer in the comments below. And if you have any questions or feedback, we will be sure to reply as soon as we're able. Botanik is one of hundreds of great games you can pick up for up to 30% off at greatoakstavern.com/shop. Click the link in the description for more information. Or just stop on by when you're in town to play this and over 600 other awesome games like it at Great Oaks Tavern.